So, I wanted to talk about the channel and what it is. Probably have some Xenocrisis or Blazing Chrome gameplay footage that I probably suck at, by the way, going on here, as I'm not particularly camera ready at the moment, but I did say that I would have this up. So, the channel, what it's going to be, what it might be, I'm not too sure, honestly. I started the channel a while back as a way to share like gaming content with people. A lot of the time I would have friends on, and we would really just do streams. I did have an idea of doing a bunch of retro gaming back then, which I will likely still do now because I'm still really into like the pixel art style and platforming and like side-scrolling beat-em-ups and whatnot. I wouldn't say that I'm particularly good at any of them. I'm kind of average at all of them. So, but yeah, I never really had a huge plan, as it were, for this channel. It was always kind of in the background, and then life got crazy, and I didn't have a means to do any of this anymore. Also, I started a podcast at the same time. Those early episodes of the podcast are actually really rough. You can actually still hear them over on the Man-Made Monstercast YouTube channel. But be very forgiving, be gentle. We fast forward a few years, and I was able to afford a decent-ish setup. I got excited about making content again, still with no idea what I was going to do. I also started the podcast back up, which has been going pretty well, other than the obscene amount of work that I have to put into editing most of the time. And I'm not sure if it's like my high standards or the fact that I have my friend on there as well, which kind of adds to the workload of editing. Either way, it's what I signed up for. So that brings me to the YouTube channel. I still wanted to do some stuff over here. Unfortunately, my work schedule didn't allow time for stuff like this. The irony is that I took a job where it would allow that time, and then the schedule changed to where I'm now up at the balls ass. I wouldn't even see ass crack of dawn. Like, it's far, far earlier than dawn. And I have to go to bed stupid early so I can get up. So all of this doesn't really jive with what I'd planned for myself. But that being said, I kind of blame the work schedule for it. But is it really that? I don't know. I kind of had this realization that at the end of the day, it's also kind of me telling myself that I don't have time for this. Now, granted, I've had a lot going on for the past couple of years with flirting with my on-again, off-again relationship with neck surgery, but the reality is that a lot of the times I'm telling myself that I can't do this. And that's just not who I am. So, we fast forward to last weekend, and I'm out there hiking like I used to do. I just got a spinal epidural a few weeks back, and I kind of wanted to get back to my old life. I used to go hiking, or at least nature walks. I don't know if you'd call it hiking. For a busted up fat guy, it's hiking. But yeah, I used to go on nature walks and stuff like that, and I missed it. Used to go every other weekend or every weekend. And so I was out there, I started filming and taking pictures like I always used to do. And I got to thinking about all this shit that I was just talking about and all that I want to do in my life. And then I kind of started realizing what I always knew. That at some point I have to realize that I'm in my own way, like I have always been in my life. So right then and there I decided that I was going to do something. I didn't know what, but I was going to do something. So then I took the risk and I decided that I'd just say, fuck it, and share those moments with you guys. Those moments being, out there in the woods that day. Now, don't get me wrong, I felt embarrassed, self-conscious, and honestly kind of stupid. Why? Well, I keep saying that I don't like vlogs, and yet I've made 2 now. So why? It's for a couple of reasons. One, I just have always been of the mindset that you should go out and live your life instead of watching someone else live theirs. At least I've always tried to be of that mindset. I've been down and out enough times in my life to where I've watched others doing shit and wish that it were me. So I just don't understand the notion of watching other people do shit when I can just go out and do it myself. 2, it just feels so self-important. Like, how in my own ass do I have to be to think that anyone out there would be interested in anything that I'm doing? It's just, I don't know, I think I used the word pretentious a lot in regards to that, and I just feel like that's what it is. So I just feel like it's pretentious. And thirdly, it's kind of a private guy to begin with, so doing something like that kind of goes against every fiber in my being and things that I usually believe. So yeah. So I dislike him so much. Why did I make a second one? Will I make a third one? Well, the answer to the second question is probably. If I can spread a positive message and share some stories that might help someone through their day in some small way, or I can make someone smile for just a second, I guess it's fucking worth it, right? Like, that's what we're supposed to do as humans, right? Like, help each other, make each other laugh, pick each other up, love each other. So sure, if I find myself doing something that's cool in some way, why not? Why not, film it and throw it out there? Somebody might get enjoyment out of it. So far, some people have. So yeah. You guys seem to like it so far, which is the answer as to why I made the second one. I'm not going to say I got a lot of feedback from the first vlog, because I definitely didn't. But I did get some feedback. And the feedback was awesome, because it was from people that told me how helpful it was to them, or how it made them smile. And there was one person who just isn't physically able to get out, and it was cool for them to see that, and see somebody that they know out there in that. So, if me feeling weird talking to a camera in the woods helps someone in some way, who am I to say no to that? I don't know. I guess as long as I don't become something that I'm not, I guess. So going forward, what can we expect? Well, I like retro games. I like genre games. I like pro wrestling. I'm a huge cinephile, which I'm sure if you listen to the Monster Cast you're aware of. In fact, I am right now announcing a new podcast that I will be starting soon. I don't want to give the name out just yet, though I feel like I may have on Twitter. So yeah, if you really want to know what it's called, it might be over on Twitter. But you heard it here first. So you'll see a lot of that. Let's see. I'll probably keep doing my little nature walks and talks or whatever, as long as it affects at least one person positively. I guess I'll keep doing them. The frequency of which I'm not terribly sure, honestly. But yeah, I just wanted to put that out there for everybody. I appreciate the support. So if you could hit the little subscribe button, like the video, and hit the little bell gimmick to turn on notifications, that would be super gnarly. If you are in any way interested in my horror movie podcast, you can head on over to the Man-Made Monster Cast on YouTube, and you can find it on all your favorite podcasting platforms. And you can catch me on Twitter at r0b_138 and on Instagram at r0b138. Once again, I really appreciate you guys for taking the time to check out my channel and appreciate the support. So, I will catch you on the flip side.